Yeah, yeah. All right. All right, good that. Hello, everybody. Happy Black History Month. The first reading of February. Pretty exciting. Oh, man. Peace. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this nice weather that we have. Well, hey, Ma. Well, at least in Toledo. It's a little funny. But everywhere else, hopefully you guys being safe, enjoying your Black History Month. Let's see. Let me fix my Dewey, give people some time. Sorry, I'm running a little late. Oh, wow. 60. Let me see. 16 degrees here. 16. Oh, man. Keep in mind, y'all, we're always open to recommendations, donations, just kind of any of those options. If you guys find any children's books that you would like for me to read, preferably written by Black authors, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know. Open to any of them. I'll give it a couple more minutes. Yeah, I know. You left and you ain't came back. Oh, man. What's up? You said, wow. Oh, look, there she is. That's the other half of reading with the Olivers. Your hand not in, babe. Oh. There we go. There we go. No, I can't. You just hear you. I know, right? How's the weather down there? Oh, man. Give it a couple more, and we can go and get started. It's so exciting, man. So, it's the book that we're going to be reading today. It's called Little Man by James Baldwin. My auntie sent me this one. Thank you, Aunt Misty. Really excited to read this one. It's kind of a longer book. So, I think that we're going to split this up into a couple of sessions. I think I'm going to split it into 3 sessions. Kind of depending on how I'm feeling. But that'll give us some time, to kind of throw some Black history facts in there as well. Kind of want some cool things, and maybe we can do another raffle. I don't know. Maybe I want to get rid of some more books. Who knows? But, we'll see. Depends on how I'm feeling. Oh, but then also, guys, I did just want to let you guys know our little known Black fact for today. So, did you guys know that Valerie Thomas, that worked at NASA, was the one who had created what was called the illusion transmitter? I know, I get it. I know. But if you don't understand what an illusion transmitter is, it's just 3D filming. It was created by a Black woman, Valerie Thomas. Look her up. Give her flowers while she's still alive. All right, keep in mind, everybody, if you have any books that you guys would like for me to read, any recommendations, I'm always open to them. Send them through. Nothing is ruled out. I just don't want to feel like I'm always the one choosing them, because, you guys are watching as well. But without further ado, we'll get started. Little Man, a story of childhood by James Baldwin and Yaron Kazak. Give me a second. It's your prelude. Little Man. Music all up and down this street. TJ runs it every day. TJ bounces ball against the sidewalk hard as he can. sitting there as high in the sky as he can, and rising to catch it. Sometimes he misses and has to roll into the street. A couple of times, a car almost run him over. That ain't nothing. You're going to be bigger star than Hank Aaron one of these days. As soon as he get a little bit older, he going to jump on the roofs. Hey. He hears Mr. Man's record player from the basement. Mr. Man is the janitor. Hold on, can you guys see that? Mr. Man is the janitor. He collect the garbage cans. TJ always stumbling into the garbage cans because they are on the first floor, right next to where Miss Beanpole lives. Here he come now, Mr. Man, huffing and puffing with them garbage cans. Set him on the sidewalk. He try to act like he don't see TJ. He always try to act like he mean. He ain't mean, but he getting pretty old. TJ mama say he got to be about 37. About 37, that's all. He about the color of chocolate cake without no icing on it. Except for when he grin. But he don't hardly ever grin. Except at TJ, and sometimes he act like he don't see him. But TJ know he see him all the time. See, look, that's him right there. That's Mr. Man. He look like he ain't looking. And he even grin at WT and Blinky too, when he act like he see them. He a real nice man. Sometimes he take them down to the basement where the furnace is, and he tell them stories, and he give them ginger snaps, and the furnace keep huffing and puffing, just like Mr. Man with the garbage cans, and it get real red hot, and Mr. Man grin with all them teeth, and a real nice then. See, that's my Mr. Man grin. Can you do a Mr. Man grin? Okay, all right. He a real nice man. He go downstairs now, though, before TJ can throw him the ball and make him catch it. So he bounced the ball back up in the air again and jumped to catch it. This time, he catch it right, but he got to fall down on his knees and he scraped his knee. Ooh, not a fan of that. Blinky and WT done stopped skipping rope and watching him. See, he caught the ball. Them knees, boy. Oof. TJ don't look at them. He look at his knee. He don't want his mama to get worried. It not too bad. It bleeding just a little bit. He spit on it, rub it, stand up. It ain't nothing at all. But Blinky, she was looking from across the street. Them eyeglasses blinking just like the sun was hitting you in the eye. TJ don't know why she all the time got them glasses on. She says she can't see without them. Maybe that's true. Excuse me. If she say so. But TJ put them on one time and he couldn't see nothing with them on. He couldn't see across the street. Everything looked like it was rained on. So TJ ain't too sure about Blinky. It was some white folks at school bought her the glasses. If he can't see out of them, how's she going to see out of them then? And she older than he is. She 8 years old. She ought to know better. But she a girl. You see, look, that's him with the glasses on. That's a real knack, man. I try to wear Kelsey glasses sometime. Everything looks rained on. Shit, bro. All right. WT is 7, and ain't no excuse for him at all. Skipping rope and following behind Blinky. WT got the right name. He the color of tea after you put it in milk. Blinky? She a funny color. Her color changing all the time. She always make TJ think of the color of sunlight when your eyes close and the sun inside your eyes. When your eyes open, she the color of real black coffee early in the morning. A car comes. Wow. Up one end of the street and down the other. Go now. Hey! And Blinky yells from across the street. TJ! You trying to get yourself killed? Look both ways when you crossing the streets, kids. Ain't no reason to answer her. And he bounced the ball as hard as he can, back up into the air. It go way, way up. Now look at that. And you over there skipping rope. I sure hope you all saw that you jive and he catches the ball as the ball comes down. But it knocks him on his ass. It hurt. It hurt. It hurt him a lot. But he don't want to act like it hurt. So he get up and don't say nothing to Blinky. He act like he ain't heard nothing. And he look up and down the street. Where he was born. This street long. It real long. It a little like the street in the movies or the TV when the cop cars come from that end of the street and then they come from the other end of the street and the man they come to get, he in one of the houses or he on the fire escape or he on the roof. And he said they come for him and he see the cop cars at the end and see the cop cars at the other end and then he don't know what to do. Can't go anywhere. And he's sweating. And the cops come out their cars and they got their guns and they start coming down the street. Some of them come from the end and some come from the other end. They don't know exactly where the man is, but they know he's somewhere in this street. TJ live almost smack in the middle of the block. If they come down from that end, the way he facing now, well then the man might be in Walter's Bar and Grill on this side of the street, or he might be in the tailor shop on the other side of the street. If he ain't in neither of them places, and the cops keep coming real slow and careful down this long street with their guns out, then he might be in a record store on this side of the street, or he might be in a house on the other side of the street. So look, them the police officers. Case in the joint, y'all. Can y'all see that? He might be on one of the fire escapes, or he might be on a roof. If he on one of them roofs, don't care which side of the street he on, he going to have to run like a mother and jump a roof to get him to another block. But the cops already thought of this, and they got their cars, and they're all the other blocks. And now everybody on the street get real uptight, and the cops move slow, and the people don't say nothing. But they watching. Oh, give me a second. But they watching. If the man ain't in the record store, then he in the house next to the record store, or he in a candy store on the other side of the street. If he ain't there, then he in the next house, or in a church on the other side of the street. If he ain't there, then he in TJ's house on this side of the street. Or in the house across from TJ's house in the middle of the block. So he turned now and look the other way. It's important. Community is important. The cops coming from the other end of this long street got to watch out for their man from the playground on TJ's side of the street or from the empty lot on the other side of the street. He might be in the ice cream parlor on TJ's side of the street. He might be in Blinky's house. Or on the other side of the street, he might be in a liquor store on TJ's side of the street. He might be in the house across from the liquor store. He might be in WT's house. On this side of the street, he might be in the house across from WT. After that, they're at the church again. One thing for sure, by the time the cops get this far, they know they got their man. He's sweating and running and ducking, but he's done for. He's not going to get off the street alive. Sometimes he running down the middle of the street and all the guns go pow. and blam, he fall and maybe he turn over twice before he hiccup and don't move no more. Sometime he come somersaulting down from the fire escape, sometime in from the roof, and then he scream. See that? WT and Blinky done come running across the street, and WT say, "You hurt yourself, man." WT always wants to sound like he's so grown up. "No, I ain't hurt myself." "Thought you was skipping rope?" Blinky, she just looking with them glasses, just a blinking. TJ don't bounce the ball this time, though. He a little afraid to have to try and catch it again, now that Blinky and WT on the side of the street, and his behind do hurt him. It hurt him more and more, but he act like it ain't nothing, brushing it off. "Man, we saw you fall down 2 times. That's why we come on over here. I'm supposed to watch out for you. You know that. You ain't got to watch out for me," TJ say, and he bounced his ball on the sidewalk, but not hard this time, just enough to catch it in his hand. But he happy, really. That WT standing there looking at him with that grown up frown. Yeah, I don't know. TJ ain't got no brothers, and WT like a brother for him. He do look out for TJ, that's true. And TJ bounced the ball a little bit again. TJ asked WT, "You see me catch it before?" "I saw you fall on your ass," WT say. That WT all over. Ask him a simple question. He got to be smart. Sometimes TJ wish he had another friend, somebody who wouldn't all the time be being smart with him. But he the smallest boy on the block. Ain't but WT to be bothered with him. TJ doubt even Blinky be bothered with him if she wasn't all the time running after WT. WT younger than the other boys, true. But soon, he be getting big. He pretty big already. For his age, then maybe he won't bother with TJ no more, neither. So the paint, look at the artwork, man. I don't want to lick my fingers, no. All right. The other boys, one day in the block, sometimes they play stickball in the street. But mostly they sit on the stoop and they play cards and shoot crap, and sometimes they get to fighting. They go up to the roof or they go behind the stairs. And they shoot that dope in their veins, and they come out and sit on the stoop, look like they going to sleep. Other people that's kind of like on the stoops. They don't look like they never bother nobody, but WT say that he look out for TJ, so TJ won't never get to be like that. TJ don't see how he ever going to be like that, but then WT say, just like a real old man. They didn't think so either. WT got a brother older than him, and he sit on the stoop like that a whole lot of times. One time, TJ watched WT while he beat on his brother. He slapped him all over his face with both hands hard as he can. And he cursed his brother. He called him every name he can think of. And his brother just makes sounds and spit coming out of his mouth and running down his chin. And his eyes roll up. And he moves just like them plants TJ saw under the water. Just back and forth and back and forth. It's like this is them fighting, y'all. Let me see what more saw here. And like that, just like them plants, TJ saw way at the bottom of the water that time when they went to Jones Beach and his daddy carried TJ onto the water on his back. So That's the beach. Those are the plants. Then WT start crying. And he run down the block hard as he can, but TJ run after him and catch him at the playground. TJ sit there on the swing while WT cry, and TJ want to say something, but he don't know what to say. To tell the truth, he's scared. But WT stopped crying after a while, and he put his hand on TJ's neck, and they start to walking. But they don't say a word. So look, that's them walking right there. Soon, here comes TJ's father up the block looking for TJ. And he looked like he mad, but he ain't. He take one look at WT, and he take out a handkerchief, and he wipe his face. He say, your mama ain't home yet. Come on home and have some cocoa with TJ. That's how you come, WT got to be TJ's brother. WT's father gone. His mama worked till past dark, and lots of time, WT stay at the house with TJ. And here Mr. Man's record player from the basement, and Blinky start go fooling around and dancing. WT, he do everything Blinky do. And so he started dancing too. You know, I hit that two-step with me. I ain't the best dancer, but I try though. All right, let's see. Come on, TJ, WT say. And TJ started doing his African strut. It's the African strut, y'all. We love to see TJ strut. It crack him up every time. Go on, TJ, WT say. Laughing and just moving to the music, him and Blinky. TJ moved like he in the jungle where he can't get no satisfaction. Okay, all right. When's the last time you danced like you was in the jungle and you can't get no satisfaction? Man, it's important. All right. So I think right now, that is where I will stop at for this week. Since I really want you guys to hear this book, I am going to be back next Tuesday for us to read the next part of it. Kind of depends. Man, a couple of things I want to point out. So, like, so far looking at it, it gives you a real look at what maybe kids deal with growing up. You know, everybody isn't as fortunate to have caring parents to make sure that everything is taken care of. And I'm not saying that the parents don't care. They just have different circumstances. Be nicer to people. You never know what anybody else is going through. But that's all that we got for now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, recommendations, donations, anything that you guys would like for me to read, just let me know. I'll go ahead and put it on the calendar. Other than that, like, share, turn notifications on so you guys see when I come back on. Have a nice one. Happy Black History Month, baby.